wanted to, I guess we can call this a proof of life POC. I've been working on the dashboard container stuff, and just kind of wired up the tiniest bit of styling to show some small pieces of it working. I have lots more deployment, but I think this will start looking more interesting in the next week or two as we start parking in more pieces. But basically, there's a secret route, which is not anywhere for you to play with. It's on a branch that lets you go write this alternative layout syntax. If you've ever seen our layouts, they look kind of like this. This is what our current RGL layouts look like. And basically, somewhere in here is this like I reference, which basically says take the reference to the query presentation ID, which is like in your URL in your in your workbook, the 1 or 2 or 3 that's at the end tells you which tab. That's that reference. So this is how we store dashboards today. But what we've heard from folks is they want lots more control. They want to be able to put filters or controls or all kinds of things deeply with it in a tile or something else. So this is just an early take at sort of what that syntax might look at. It's just stored as JSON because it was cheap and easy. And the container keys are going to go away. But basically, it lets you kind of control, like, for instance, here, this is just like, could be a tile. There's a container, and there's a control, which is, we have like all the references for all the objects that exist in this dashboard. For reference here really quick, I'm just going to open this over here. So these are all the bits that were available on this dashboard. So controls, filters, tiles, and text tiles, or charts and text tiles. I'm not really rendering the real components in quite yet. But what you can see is that I want to like quickly, so these 2 tiles or stacks are actually the same content, but one has essentially saying, hey, lay it out as a row. You can start doing things like controlling padding or gaps, which is these are all like flex parameters. And you'll notice now this is padding around it and the gaps, or if I wanted to switch the direction of the stack, I could say direction. I can just remove direction because it defaults to column and it'll stack like its friend up there. Again, super early version of this world, but we will have visual designers and stuff like that. But starting to let people do things like maybe put more elaborate layouts inside of their tiles, or this will also be used to power things like multi-tab dashboards. And this will, in some way, also live together with the grid system we have today. TBD exactly how we're going to do that. But yeah, early preview of that. Look for more soon.